She called me mommy before I ever knew she existed. It was 8:14 a.m., exactly 5 minutes after I'd sent Matt a sweet, passive-aggressive happy anniversary text because, surprise, he hadn't said a word when he left that morning. I wasn't planning to start a war over it. Not yet. I just wanted to guilt him enough for brunch flowers and a half-decent apology. But instead, I got an airdrop from a burner phone. Name, Kid Pics. File, a low-res photo of a toddler, barefoot, clutching a sticky iPad, and wearing Matt's hoodie like a blanket. Captioned, "Where's Mommy?" I didn't accept it right away. I froze in the kitchen, holding my latte like it might explain what the hell was happening. Then it came again. Same name, different photo. This time, the kid was sitting in a high chair, holding a piece of paper that said, in purple crayon, "Happy Anniversary, Dada." Spelled wrong, but close enough. And the background? I zoomed in. My exact dining room chairs, but not my apartment. The same chairs Matt and I spent a full day assembling from IKEA 2 years ago, but they were inside a different room. Same model, same fabric, but different walls, different light fixtures. A duplicate. I finally tapped accept. The files saved automatically to my photos. Then came a third. No kid this time, just a calendar. Zoomed in. 2 dates circled in red Sharpie. June 6, M plus L. June 9, M plus T. My stomach dropped. June 6, today, our anniversary. June 9, hers? Who the fuck was T? And L? Me? No. I checked the clock. It was still 8:20 a.m. I called Matt. No answer. I texted, "Hey, can you call me? Something weird just happened." Nothing. 2 minutes later, another airdrop. This one hit like a punch. It was a selfie of Matt, shirtless, asleep in bed, taken from above, with a child's hand visible in the corner of the frame, like the kid had taken the pic, and under it, a message. He forgot again, but we didn't. I dropped my phone, literally let it crash against the tile, then picked it up and texted, "Who is this? Why are you sending me pictures of my boyfriend?" No response, just one more photo. This one was from the burner's camera roll. Timestamp, 2 weeks ago. Location, Greenvale Daycare, a place we'd never even been to. Photo, a birthday party. The toddler again, same messy curls, same gummy smile, blowing out 2 candles on a pink cake that said, "To Lily, Daddy loves you." Then my phone rang. Not a number, just the word unknown. I answered. Heavy breathing. Then a woman's voice. Tired, cold, shaky. "You're the one he takes on weekends, right?" My lips parted, but no sound came out. She went on. "I don't care what you believe, but she calls you mommy in her sleep. You should know that." Click. Silence. I stared at my phone, at the black screen, at my own reflection in the glass. My mouth finally moved. What the fuck? I opened maps and typed Greenvale Daycare, 6 miles away. Without thinking, I grabbed my keys and drove. The place looked ordinary. Bright blue fence, cartoon murals on the side, rows of SUVs and minivans. I parked across the street and waited. 10 minutes, then 15, then movement. A man stepped out of the gate holding a little girl's hand. She had the same curls as in the photos. And he, Matt, wearing the same jacket he left our apartment in this morning. He didn't see me. Not yet. I watched him kneel down, brush her bangs out of her face, kiss her forehead, and say something that made her laugh. Then he turned to his car, opened the back seat, and another woman stepped out. Blonde, early 30s, holding a baby carrier. She kissed him like she'd done it 100 times. And the toddler? She pointed at me through the windshield, smiled, and mouthed for one word, "Mommy." I didn't even realize I was out of the car until the wind hit my face. I crossed the street in a blur, adrenaline pounding behind my eyes like a war drum. My brain was screaming, "Don't do this! Get evidence! Think this through!" But my body just moved. Toward him, toward her, toward them. Matt was buckling the toddler into the car seat when he looked up and froze. His face drained, like someone had pulled the plug on his soul. The blonde woman turned. Her smile vanished. And the little girl, still grinning, still pointing at me, still calling me Mommy. "Matt," I said. That's all. Just his name. But it hit him like a bullet, because he didn't answer with words. He answered with panic. He stepped in front of the car door like he could physically block the truth. "Emily, what are you?" "Don't." I looked at the woman. She looked at me. Neither of us blinked. "I'm Emily," I said flatly. "Who the fuck are you?" She didn't flinch. "I'm Lauren, his wife." The air left my lungs. Wife, wife, wife. I actually laughed. It came out high-pitched and broken, like something between a sob and a scream. "No," I said, shaking my head. "No, I'm his anniversary girl?" Lauren snapped, reaching into her purse. "You mean June 6th? Today?" She pulled out a laminated daycare form and tossed it at me. It was a copy of Lily's emergency contact sheet. Parent/guardian, Lauren T. Rivera. Father, Matthew Rivera. Special note, parents' anniversaries, June 6th, Lauren, and June 9, Tanya. Please avoid scheduling events on those days. I stared at the paper. Matt tried to step in. "Emily, I can explain." But Lauren whipped around and slapped him hard. "You said she knew," she shouted. "You said she was part of it." "Part of what?" I stepped back. My legs felt numb. I pointed at him, "You told me you weren't ready for kids, that your mom had cancer, that you were working weekends." He looked between us like he was choosing which bridge to burn. It was complicated, okay? I didn't expect it to go this far." "This far?" Lauren looked at me and hissed. "He was sleeping with you while I was pregnant." The baby started crying. Lily covered her ears. I couldn't speak, because the timeline didn't make sense. He was with me for 2 years. That kid was 2. So unless... I grabbed my phone, pulled up the airdropped photo, the calendar with 2 red circled dates. June 6th, M+L. June 9, M+T. "Who's Tanya?" I asked, voice shaking. Lauren blanked. "Tanya?" She looked at Matt. Matt turned sheet white. She's no one." I showed her the calendar photo. Lauren stared, then pulled out her own phone and started typing. I watched her find Tanya's Instagram. @TanyaBloomBaby. Bio, Mama to Macy, engaged to M. Lauren tapped a recent photo. Matt again, smiling, holding another baby, blonde curls. Captioned, "First anniversary with this man. Can't wait for forever." The date on the post? June 9. I couldn't breathe. "Are you fucking tripling us?" Lauren whispered. Matt didn't deny it. Didn't say a word. Lauren collapsed into the front seat of the car, shaking. I stumbled back across the street to my car, heart pounding, ears ringing. My phone buzzed again. Another airdrop. From Kid Pics. File, a folder labeled M Daddy. I tapped it open. Inside, dozens of photos. Matt with Lily, Matt with another baby, blonde curls. Matt in the mirror holding a phone that wasn't his.
One photo hit me like a freight train. Him in bed, not with Lauren, not with Tanya, with me. And at the edge of the photo, a toddler's hand, same sticky fingers, same iPad, like she was taking the pictures herself, like she was watching me. I dropped the phone again. When I picked it up, the screen had changed. Camera was open, recording, front-facing. I stared into my own terrified face. And in the corner, a text overlay had already been added. She called me Mommy.
The burner phone was already in my mailbox when I got home. No note, no label, just a plain, brown padded envelope with my name scrawled on the front in red Sharpie. Inside, the phone buzzed to life the moment I touched it. No lock screen, no pin, just a gallery of photos I didn't remember posing for. There I was, sleeping, cooking, folding laundry in Matt's hoodie, walking barefoot to the bathroom, with a child in the frame, always a child. Sometimes it was Lily, sometimes it was another one, a curly-haired toddler with different eyes, but always watching me. The timestamps? From weeks ago. Some were taken inside my apartment. I should have screamed, called the cops, burned the thing, and thrown it off a bridge. Instead, I scrolled and scrolled until I hit the videos. First one, me in bed talking to Matt. I looked happy, unaware, drunk on some lazy Sunday morning dopamine. The camera was shaky, low to the floor, recording from a corner I couldn't see. But someone had added subtitles. Emily, you're not hiding anything from me, right? Matt, baby, I couldn't even if I tried. Cut. Second video. Same angle. Different day. Me again, curled up on the couch, Matt rubbing my feet. Then, off-screen, tiny giggling. Matt doesn't flinch, just says, shh, mommy's relaxing. Third video. Shaky, night vision. Matt's face illuminated by the fridge light, whispering into a phone. Matt, yeah, I told her I'm working overnight. No, she doesn't suspect anything. I think Lily's starting to confuse her for you, though, which is, no, it's perfect. He laughs, and the camera pans, fast, unsteady, to a mirror. And for a split second, you see the reflection of the little girl filming him, holding the phone, smiling. I dropped the burner phone on the counter like it burned me. Then I backed into the hallway wall, hand over my mouth, because I remembered. 2 nights ago, a sound I'd heard while brushing my teeth, a shuffle, a door click, a laugh I thought came from the hallway TV. I opened my Photos app, checked my recents, and there was a selfie I never took. Me asleep. The flash had caught half of my face, the other half was dark. But zoom in, you could just barely see the edge of the iPad reflected in the window, filming me. I ran through every second of the last 3 weeks like my life depended on it. And then I remembered the dream. It hadn't felt like a dream. It felt like waking up, in the middle of the night, seeing a small figure at the end of my bed, whispering, "Wrong mommy." I told Matt about it the next morning. He'd laughed. "Maybe I'm projecting," I'd said. "No more horror movies before bed," he joked. But it wasn't a dream, because now, in the burner phone's video folder, was a clip from that night. Black and white night vision again. Me in bed, camera slowly creeping closer. And then, that soft voice. "Wrong mommy." I dropped the phone and finally screamed. Then, I did something I hadn't done in 3 years. I called my sister. "Are you alone? Are you alone?" I asked. "Yeah, why?" "Can you come over right now? Bring the bat." "The what?" "Just please. And if anyone tries to airdrop you something, don't accept it." 20 minutes later, Cassie burst through the door holding her softball bat like she was ready to go full zombie apocalypse. She took one look at my face and said, "Jesus Christ, what happened?" I didn't even know where to start. So I handed her the burner phone. She watched the videos in silence. 5 minutes,
10, 15. Then she looked up and said, "You need to see a priest or a lawyer or both." I laughed, then cried, then showed her the daycare contact sheet Lauren had given me. Cassia stared. "Matt Rivera." She blinked. Then wait. She pulled out her phone and opened Facebook, typed something, scrolled, then turned the screen toward me. A group photo, an engagement announcement. Cassie's old coworker from 3 years ago, Lena, engaged to Matthew Rivera with a baby and a date. Engaged June 6th, married October 8th. Another June 6th, another one. Cassie looked at me. This guy's been serial marrying women every 2 years. They all have kids. He disappears and resets. My blood turned to ice. And she added, "And we're just the ones we know about," she added. I turned back to the burner phone. New notification. Incoming airdrop. One file. From MOTHERLOOP. Caption. "Do you want to see what happens when someone tells the truth?" I tapped accept. The screen went black, then flickered, and a new video loaded. This one didn't start with me, or Lauren, or Tanya. It started with Lena, tied to a chair, crying, while a child off camera whispering, "Wrong mommy."
I slam the phone face down on the table, like that might unsee what I'd just seen. Cassie leaned over, pale. Was that real? I don't know. But I did know. Because Lena's face was unmistakable. Her sobs weren't dramatized. Her wrists were red. The child's voice, steady, almost mechanical, didn't waver once. And in the corner of the screen, time-stamped, blurred slightly, was a name I recognized from the burner's internal storage. MOTHERLOOP_03. "What the hell is MOTHERLOOP?" Cassie whispered. Before I could answer, the burner buzzed again. Incoming call, no ID. I stared. "Pick it up," Cassie said. I put it on speaker. A woman's voice, calm, almost clinical. "Emily, you've made it farther than the others." My mouth went dry. Who is this? The one who programmed Lily. What the hell does that mean? A soft laugh. "She's not the first. She's not even the third. They're learning. They imprint." Imprint? Like ducks? "Lily's not AI, I said, my voice cracking. "She's a kid." She was. She still is. But she's also observation. She records. She remembers. She reenacts. We test attachment theory under different variables. You were variable group delta. We had high hopes." Cassie mouthed, "What the fuck?" I shook my head, holding up a finger. "What do you mean, test? What are you testing?" "You," the woman said. "What makes a woman a mother? What makes betrayal irreversible?" Click. Line dead. I sat back, trembling. Then Cassie did something I didn't expect. She took the burner, scrolled furiously, and found the contact list. All of them were labeled MOTHERLOOP_XX. There were 17 of them. She tapped the first one. It was Lena, then Tanya, then Lauren, then names we didn't recognize: Maria, Skylar, Brooke. Some had kids in the photos, some didn't. Some had timestamps from 5 years ago, others weeks. "What if he's not just dating all of them?" Cassie murmured. "What if they're part of something bigger? A ring? A program? Like actual experiments?" I stared at the folders. Each one had videos, subfolders, notes. Some even had trial logs. I opened my own. Trial 04, Delta. Subject, Emily R. Control emotion, nostalgia. Trigger test, missed anniversary. Child exposure, 3x per week, variable distance. Response time from mommy phrase, 4.8 seconds. Response score, 91%. "What the fuck is this?" I whispered. "They're grading you, Cassie said, and right then, a new folder appeared. Auto-created. Trial 04, escalation. Inside, one video, live feed, of my apartment, right now. The camera was inside the smoke detector, facing my couch. And on that couch was Lily, curled up in Matt's hoodie, watching a cartoon on silent, alone. No, 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 no! I was already running, barefoot, yanking my keys, Cassie screaming behind me, "Wait!" We tore through every red light on the way. When I reached the building, the front door was wide open. Upstairs, mine too. I grabbed the bat from Cassie and burst into the living room. And there she was, Lily, just like in the video. Tiny, innocent, silent. She looked up, smiled. "Hi, Mommy." Cassie stayed behind me. I tried to speak. Where's your real mom?" She tilted her head. "Which one?" "What?" "Lauren's gone. Tanya's hiding. Lena didn't pass." My hands started shaking. "Who told you that?" She shrugs. "Daddy says the ones who pass get to stay in the loop." I took a careful step forward. "Sweetheart, can you tell me where Daddy is?" She pointed toward the closet. Cassie grabbed the bat tighter. I crept across the room and opened the door. And out fell a woman, bound, gagged, eyes wide in horror. Cassie screamed. The woman had bruises, red marks across her arms. She was gagged with a towel that had M and L stitched into the corner. "Lauren." I yanked the towel out of her mouth. "What happened?" She gasped. He said I ruined the experiment, that she wasn't attaching fast enough. He said you were the next escalation. What? Lauren stared at Lily. "She thinks you're her mother now." Lily just smiled and pressed something on the iPad. My phone dinged. Airdrop request, one file, from Lily Unit. Caption, Trial 04, final phase. I hit decline, but it didn't matter. The burner buzzed. A new file had already been saved. A countdown timer, 00.459. Underneath it, in red text, final test, will she run or protect? 4 minutes, 59 seconds. The countdown ticked on, glowing from the burner screen in violent red. I didn't know if it was a bluff, a threat, or some sick metaphor, but I couldn't take that chance. Lauren was sobbing on the floor, wrists still half bound. Cassie hovered protectively near the door with the bat, breathing hard. And Lily? Lily sat calmly on the couch, legs swinging, watching us. Like we were the experiment now. "Cass," I whispered, "get Lauren out, now." "What about you?" "I need to talk to her." I glanced at Lily, alone. Cassie opened her mouth to argue, then saw the look in my eyes and nodded. She hauled Lauren up, draped one arm over her shoulder, and helped her limp toward the door. But before they left, Lauren grabbed my wrist. "She mimics trauma," she hissed. "That's how she learns who to trust." Then she was gone. I turned to Lily. She was holding the iPad again. The countdown now read 3:26. "Why are you doing this?" I asked. She blinked slowly. "I'm not bad," she said. "I didn't say you were." She turned the iPad toward me. It showed a new screen, a split view live feed. One side showed me, right now, in this living room. The other side? Tanya, in what looked like a hospital nursery, alone, crying, holding a newborn. The caption underneath read, Trial 006, subject experiencing postnatal separation. "Is that your sister?" I asked. Lily shook her head. "Is that another mommy?" She nodded once. "She didn't pass," Lily said softly. "Daddy said she got confused. She thought the baby was the test." I was sweating. "And what's your test?" "To see who loves me without needing to." Jesus Christ.
I sank onto the armrest of the couch. "You're not a test. You're a child." Lily looked at me strangely, as if those two words didn't compute. "Did he ever hit you?" I asked. She shook her head. "Did he lock you in? Scare you?" Another shake. "But he let you film us." She nodded. "And he told you to call me Mommy?" She hesitated. "Sometimes I pick," she whispered. "Sometimes I like how they smell." My skin crawled. "What happens when you don't?" "Daddy says they go away." The iPad buzzed again. 0011. Underneath, a new text appeared. Trial 04. Voluntary stay evaluation. If subject remains past 0, loop initiates. If subject flees, loop fails. New variable assigned. My throat went dry. "Lily, if I stay, what happens?" Her expression softened for the first time. "We get to make our own mommy." That's when I noticed the drawer. It was slightly open, just enough to show the edge of what looked like a medical folder. I pulled it out. Inside, ultrasound printouts, hospital wristbands, a birth certificate, name Lily Rivera, date of birth redacted, mother N.A., father Matthew Rivera, special notes, experimental custody assignment, project MOTHERLOOP. There were pages of forms, guardianship transfers, waivers, NDAs. Some of them signed, names scribbled by trembling hands. Some in print, one with a thumbprint instead of a signature. And at the back, a page titled Trial Termination Records. I scanned for mine. Nothing. Lauren's? Active. Tanya? Pending. Lena? Deceased. I flipped the page. There was a final note, handwritten. Emily R. shows high maternal imprint resilience. Recommend escalation to bonded phase. If fail, reassign Lily to next candidate. I looked at Lily. She was watching me, not scared, expectant. I stood, walked over, kneeled beside her, and whispered, "Do you want to leave with me?" She blinked, slow, once, then whispered back, "That's not how it works." Behind me, the door creaked. I turned. Matt was standing there, smiling, but in his hand wasn't a phone. It was a needle, syringe, clear liquid inside. "I was hoping you'd pass," he said, "but you know the rules." I reached for the bat on the floor, but Lily got there first. She picked it up with two hands, stood, and looked at Matt. "Wrong, Daddy." The crack of aluminum on bone echoed like a gunshot. Matt dropped instantly. The syringe rolled across the floor and stopped at my foot. Lily didn't cry, didn't scream, just stood there, breathing fast, gripping the bat with both hands like she'd done it before. I grabbed her and yanked her into my chest, heart pounding, but she didn't cling to me. She stayed stiff, blank. Behind us, Matt groaned, bleeding, still conscious. "You little," he hissed, trying to sit up. Lily stepped toward him, bat still in hand. I grabbed her shoulder. "No, baby, it's okay. He can't hurt us now." But Lily shook her head. "He is not the test," she whispered. "You are." The words hit me sideways. I looked around the apartment, noticed the blinking red light above the bookshelf, another camera. Then the walls started to move. Not literally, but in my mind, everything began rearranging. The books I hadn't put on the shelf, the framed photo that was too new to have been mine, the constant smell of lavender, even though I never bought any. The iPad, that wasn't mine either. The apartment wasn't mine. It was a set, a loop, a stage. "Lily," I whispered, "how long have I lived here?" She blinked. "I don't remember." Neither did I. Cassie would know. I grabbed my phone and called. No answer. Tried again. Straight to voicemail. I scrolled through my photos for a picture of us together, something recent. Nothing. The last image of her? A Christmas party 2 years ago. Had I even seen her before tonight? The burner buzzed. New file. Final evaluation, trial 004. A split screen. On the left, me now, holding Lily. On the right, me again, but younger, pregnant, alone in a hospital room, sweating, screaming, reaching for someone off screen. I stared, paralyzed. Then I heard it, the baby's cry. A nurse in the video said, "We'll bring her back after testing." The nurse left and never returned. The video ended with a freeze frame of me, devastated, empty-handed. Underneath it, subject memory successfully wiped. Loop initiated 3. Previous failure, emotional overload. Current loop projected to complete on variable trauma trigger. I nearly threw up. The room spun. "Lily," I croaked, "are you my daughter?" She didn't answer, but her lower lip trembled. And then she whispered, "I was." Then Matt groaned again, and Lily flinched. The bat clattered to the floor. And in that instant, something deep, animal clicked in me. I was done watching, done doubting. I grabbed the burner phone, the iPad, the birth certificate, Lily's tiny hand, and ran. We didn't take the stairs. We took the fire escape. Cassie didn't pick up. No friends, no coworkers, no sister, no family. The people I remembered didn't seem to exist. Every number was dead. Every photo led to a 404. It was like the last 3 years of my life were fabricated, built, and I'd lived in them blindly, until a child's voice broke the spell. Until a girl said, "Wrong, Mommy." Lily was asleep on my lap in the back of an all-night diner booth, curled into me like a stray cat, her breathing shallow, eyes twitching like she was still watching something. I used the iPad to try and access the files. Nothing. It had locked itself. But the burner hadn't, and it had one last folder, labeled Reunion Trial 004. Inside, just one video. A hospital room, empty bed. A woman walks in. Her face older now, tired, hair short, but I recognized her. Me. Then the door opens, and a small girl walks in, hesitant, holding a paper flower. And the woman whispers, "You remembered." The girl says, "I always do." Then the screen went black. One line of text. "Do you?" My hands were shaking. I turned to look at Lily. Her eyes were already open. She was staring at me, and she said, "I picked you this time."
We didn't go back. Not to the apartment, not to the city, not to anything that had my name on it. Because the more I searched, the less real I became. There were no hospital records of my birth, no lease in my name, no job history, no driver's license, no Cassie. Just fragments, shadows, loops. I paid a motel clerk in cash for 2 nights, then 3 more. We never stayed longer than a week in one place. I worked night shifts cleaning offices and used the cash to buy burner phones, one for me, one for Lily. Every morning I'd ask her, "What's real today?" She'd answer with the same thing, "You are." But she never answered about herself. The first time she had a nightmare, I found her sleep-talking. "Don't wipe her. I want to keep this one." My stomach flipped. I sat beside her on the bed, brushing sweaty hair from her forehead. "Lily," I whispered, "do you remember how many mommies you've had?" She opened her eyes. Too calm. Only one that stuck. Me. But was that the truth or another script? I had to know. I found a woman online, an independent security analyst, ex-NSA, the kind who advertised her services with burn of contacts and zero trust in Google. I sent her a few of the MOTHERLOOP files, one burner phone, and a message. How deep does this go? 3 days later, she called. I shouldn't be talking to you, she said. Why not? Because the metadata in these videos, they're layered, quantum signatures, patterned encryption I've only seen in black sites. What does that mean? It means someone is building something, testing something, and you're not the first subject who's reached out to me. My heart dropped. There were others? Yes, she said, but they go dark, always after sending something labeled final evaluation. What happened to them? I don't know. Then she paused. But I found something else. What? The girl. She's not in any official registry. No birth certificate, no vaccination record, nothing. Because she was off-grid. Because she doesn't exist. I almost dropped the phone. I see you're still with her, the woman said. I didn't respond. She sighed. Whatever this is, it's rewriting people, records, reality. You want my advice? Please. Stop looking. Burn the phones. Bury the names. If the loop wants you back, it will find you. But if you run fast enough, sometimes the data gets lost. Then, that night, I dreamt of a hallway. Endless doors. Each one marked with a different name. Lena, Lauren, Tanya, me. But some doors were already open. Some were burning. And from the far end, a voice whispered, Trial 005 initiating. I woke up gasping. Lily was already awake, sitting cross-legged, watching me. I had the same dream, she said. Then she reached into her backpack, pulled out a folder I'd never seen before, laid it in my lap. New NAMI file, it read. Inside, a single blank form and a pen. She looked up. Do you want to keep me this time? I didn't know what scared me more, that she asked or that she knew it had to be asked. I signed. I couldn't let her be looped again, even if it meant staying in a lie forever, even if it meant this was the test all along. Weeks passed, then months, then finally peace. No messages, no airdrops, no Matt. Just us. A tiny rental in a nowhere town. Lily started 3rd grade. She stopped calling me Monty, started calling me Mom. She got a cat, lost a tooth, started humming songs I'd never taught her. I thought we were safe. Until I opened the school newsletter one morning, scrolled to the bottom, and saw a photo of the new kindergarten teacher, Matt, smiling, holding a paper flower. Caption, reunited with the one who remembered. And in the corner of the image, Lily, smiling too, but not at him, at me. Overlaid in white distress text, she called me Mommy.